Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it. You guys, I got a lot to say, and I'm not sure. I'm just going to talk, okay? I'm going to talk from my heart. How are you guys doing, first of all? Are you able to handle all the differences and uncertainty and the instability of the society right now with the coronavirus? I would have to say, just in my thought and in my point of view, that of all the people in the United States that are dealing with all this stuff, dealing with the coronavirus, that a good number of you out there are more prepared than a lot of people. And why do I say that? Well, it's hard to get some toilet paper and to get water and different things in different parts of the country, all over the country right now, right? It's not that toilet paper or water is scarce. It's just that it's hard to get it because everybody's buying it up in the first 20 minutes that the store is open. So it's not that the resource has dried up or that the stores don't have stocks of it or can't get stocks of it. It's that people are buying it up too quick, right? But it looks as if there's a scarcity, right? Because we can't actually get to it the way that we want to get to it, even though those resources have not dried up and are not scarce, right? Well, for a lot of people, that's alarming right now. But for a lot of people who've had, the ups and downs in life, especially those that deal with chronic illness, we understand scarcity, right? Just because the country's not in a recession doesn't mean it hadn't been a recession in your house. And when you're dealing with health issues, finances are greatly affected, right? Because you're putting out a lot to get what you need. Sometimes you're not even able to work. You have to figure out how to still pay bills and get an income, even though you're not able to do the things that you need to do. Because let's just face it, it's not like they're going to give you enough Social Security or disability to be able to live the way you want to live, right? It's not enough. That's why they call it supplemental. It's supposed to supplement your already income. But when you're facing health issues, a lot of time work is an issue, right? And then there's other times where, you know, you don't know where your money is coming from. So you're dealing with depressions and recessions and scarcity when other people around you are living in overflow and in abundance, right? I'm not the only person who's ever experienced that. I know there's times we had, grocery stores was full of toilet paper and water, but we didn't have the money to go buy the toilet paper or the water. We didn't have the access to the toilet paper or the water. I know there's a lot of times where there's things that I needed from the store, but I didn't have the strength to get up and drive. And there were times where I was in the car and I was driving, but I didn't have the strength to get up and get out the car. And my children were too young to send them in the store. So scarcity can happen when it's scarce for you, right? And so a lot of people aren't used to experiencing things like that. But for some of us who have gone through some severe health issues, we understand already how to flow and function in this type of environment, right? I'm not the only one that has experienced this. I know some of you out there have experienced this in your own life too. You know how to function and to make a little bit a lot and to keep your balance and your calm and to move in an environment such as the one that we're in now. Why? Because you've been through the highs and the lows of health issues. You've been through them dark seasons and having to maintain. Some people out there, you guys, everybody's had dark seasons in their lives, but some have not experienced this type of environment, okay? And even though this environment is new to all of us, it's akin to some of the crises that we've gone through in our health walk. So I just want to encourage you right now to let you know that you are more equipped than you are in this time and in this season in life. So be at peace, be encouraged, be courageous, and be strong. But also know that the rest of the society, they actually need you right now because your calm is going to help take other people's panic down a notch. I was at the store the other day. There was like 9 packs of toilet paper left on the rack, and I went to get some, and there was a lady already standing there, but you could see her panic was on her that she couldn't even make a decision as to what to get. It was 2 different kinds that were left, and it was like 9 total. And when I walked up, she about freaked out, and just panic had so gripped her. But she kept looking at me, and she saw my calm and my peace, and then somebody else walked up, and she looked, and her the calmness started coming on her, and her panic subsided somewhat, so that she could actually make a decision and actually grab some toilet paper. She was right there at it and couldn't grab it. It was kind of like a deer stuck in the headlights, right? So sometimes your calm is going to be able to help others around you to calm down. You have more wisdom in all the things that you've been through than you think that you have. And your wisdom is going to be able to help soothe and guide other people. Now, remember, this is really important. When you share what you know and what your experiences are, your wisdom may just be an encouragement for someone. It may guide them, or it may tell them what not to do, or they may be able to pick little parts out of it. Don't get upset with people if they don't do what you want them to do, or even if they don't want to hear what you have to say. But just know that there are some people out there who can use your wisdom. And a lot of times when people say something to me, it opens a door, depending upon what they say, for me to just throw out a line of wisdom, faith, or encouragement. And so sometimes you can do that too, to help other people, because we all need to do our part right now to help kind of bring down the environment just a little bit. There are people out there, you guys, who have been affected with the coronavirus, and there are people out there who has lost lives, right? Some of you may know some of those people, but you've been through so much that you have more love and compassion, right? And more wisdom than you know to be able to help those people. So sometimes it's good to help them. Right now, you might have to help them by a phone call, but your voice is what they need. They don't have to, you don't have to actually be up in somebody's face to be able to help people. Now, remember I was telling you about your sharing your wisdom? We've talked about this a lot on other things, but I have been seeing something a lot. I've experienced a lot of this past week, especially in conversations with different people of different backgrounds, of different age groups. And I really want to talk to you all about this again, right? There are different pathways to success and to health and to life for everybody. It doesn't matter how similar your situations are. There are different variable and variances you don't know about, but everybody's pathway is different. I don't care if you're identical twins, came out the same womb 1 minute apart, look exactly alike, share similar DNA. You are still unique, and your pathway is different. Your pathway to success is different. Likewise, in this environment. That's why on the last video, I hope you guys go back and watch the last video I did about the coronavirus. It's important that you sit and you listen. For me and my family to sit and listen to the Lord and pray and ask God and seek guidance so that we can do what's best for our house, right? So anything that anyone is coming and saying to me, anything that I'm hearing from anywhere, if it does not agree with the witness inside of me of what I've already seen from God, it's not for me. I know what the Lord has said for me, right? And here's the other thing. I'm listening to God for my house, but the instruction may be different for different people in one person's household. The instruction doesn't always have to be the same because everybody has their own purpose and own different situations concerning that one person. But what I've been dealing with, and I've been seeing a lot, you guys, because everybody have their own pathway to success, it is not for us to judge someone else's pathway, to belittle it, or even to put it on a pedestal. You understand what I'm saying? So, you notice on the last video, what did I tell you? Whatever you do it in faith. Whether you go or whether you stay in faith. If you have, some people have to go out. Some people's situation does not allow them to stay home. So if somebody has to go out, you may think you know their situation, but you don't know their situation. You don't know what they have to do. So don't judge them for going out. So if you have to go out in faith. If you stay home, Those that are going out should not judge those that are staying home. First of all, we've been asked to stay home. Second of all, right, you would probably do it because you're thinking not only of others, but you're thinking of your own households, and some risks are not worth taking, right? Even in the Bible, Jesus told Satan, right, that it is not good to test the Lord our God. So faith does not mean be stupid. Faith does not mean don't protect yourself, don't wash your hands, be all up in everybody's faces and just do whatever, right? There is some common sense and there is some faith. But there are some people who are making fun of a lot of people who are staying at home. There are some people who are making fun of people who are out buying goods for their households. You don't know what's in somebody's house. You don't know what people are going through. Now, whether you go and stock your house up or not, stock it in faith or don't stock it in faith. Whether you stay home or go out, stay home in faith or go out in faith. But no one can judge anyone else's relationship or their faith in God. And so I have been dealing with this a lot of conversations with people. And everyone sees that what's best for them is the way that's best for everybody. And it's so important that we understand that what's best for us is not what's best for everybody. Okay? So let's allow everybody the freedom to be who God called them to be. Kind of like in your health walk, right? If you do or if you don't, somebody's going to have something to say. If you take the medicine the doctors tell you to take, there's somebody who's going to tell you, you don't need to be on all that medication. Why don't you try something natural? If you do the natural things and don't do what the doctors tell you, there's somebody who's going to tell you, why are you doing all them natural things? Either way, people are going to talk. People have already been talking. Life is about people talking about you, right? No matter what you do or decisions you make. So if people are going to talk, you might as well give them something to talk about. Go ahead and do you. Be you. Seek God. That's what I'm doing. I'm seeking God. I'm listening to Him. I'm in my word. I'm praying my scriptures, not just for my household, my extended household, my extended family, my nation, the body of Christ. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for the world. So let's go ahead and listen to the Lord, get instructions for our own lives, and allow other people to do them while we do what God has told us to do. Because the only way that we're going to make it through anything in life, your health issue, this coronavirus, is doing what thus saith the Lord for you and your house. You're not going to make it doing it for somebody else. So that's a little bit of what I wanted to share that was in my heart today. Hope something in there was helpful for you. Look, take good care of yourself, okay? Take good care of the people that are around you. Make some calls. There's some people out there that's pretty bored because they don't have families and they're shut in by themselves. But there's something else I wanted to tell you. You know, there's good in everything, right? There's times, and if you think about your life, there's been times where everything was going good, but there's some bad in there, and there's times where things seem to be going bad, but there was some good in there. And sometimes you got good and bad on an even keel, right? Even though a lot of this is unstabilizing, kind of nerve-wracking for some people because uncertainty brings a lot of fear and nervousness, but in uncertainty is where faith abounds, right? And where God shows himself strong. But even though people are asked to stay home, if you're dealing with a health issue, you're probably staying home. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Understand there's the pressure of finances, where money's going to come from, all those different things. But you know, there's some people, you guys, who hardly ever see their kids. They see them in passing. Some of you got beautiful homes, but you never ever get to be in it and enjoy it, right? Some of you guys just work yourself and run nonstop. You just need a rest and a break. Take this time to get the rest that you need. Don't just sit in front of the TV. Get active, exercise, sit outside, right? But also get in tune with yourself and get in tune with your family again. Reconnect. Play some games, board games. Have some fun. Sing some songs. Do some things that you love to do that you haven't been able to do in a long time. Make the most of your days and your time. Remember, in all things, do you. Hope something in there was helpful for you. Until next time, bye.